What's up, guys? It's John Dominique, the sole proponent. I want to say a few words about an observation that I had earlier today as I was Uber driving. I dropped off a few young ladies at the Passion Conference here in Atlanta, and it's a Christian networking event. And I started to talk to one of the passengers. I picked up these three girls, and I started to talk to the one in the front seat about my spiritual awakening and told her about my new interpretation of the story of Jesus. And first of all, I want to say I'm very grateful for the level of respect that was exchanged during this conversation. And, she handled the conversation like an adult. And I'm very, very grateful. And I look forward to these types of conversations in the future, especially with people who are so respectful. When I told her about the part where I felt worthless, she stated that she hated that I felt worthless. And then she tried to, give me some reasons why I was feeling like that. But the bottom line I told her was that the feeling of worthlessness could not be eradicated, and I had to face it. What my observation is that I think her hatred of my worthlessness is a reflection of her own hatred of her own worthlessness. When I look at it deeply enough, I can see that, the personality tries to rationalize that worthlessness away with like belief in Jesus, and belief in Christianity theology, and belief in Christian theology. I see the personality is actually designed to protect us from feelings of emptiness and worthlessness. That's its job. That's what it's supposed to do. It uses like willpower and the intensity of belief in order to try to eradicate that feeling. There's these wounds, the unconscious feelings of guilt and shame and emptiness and worthlessness, and the personality tries to avoid these feelings at all costs. So it uses Christian theology and belief in Jesus to avoid feeling that emptiness, but that emptiness is what's infinite and eternal. So in reality, the personality is fighting a war against God, because God is infinite and eternal, and the soul is infinite and eternal. But most people aren't aware of this. So I thought that was an interesting observation. And I remember the observation too that I remember was that I was just like her at one point. And I tried everything I could to possibly make everything I could possibly come up with to eliminate those feelings of worthlessness. And I realized that everything I was doing was a symptom that I did feel worthless. In fact, I didn't want to face up to that. I didn't want to admit it because I had to defeat it. I was caught up in a cycle where I couldn't admit that maybe something was really wrong with my beliefs. I was too proud. I felt like I couldn't afford to fail, because if I did, it felt like I would have lost too much. The cost was too great. I had invested so much in this Christian theology and my belief in Jesus that if I let go, it would just be too much of a loss. But, in the end, it was the opposite, and I'm very grateful for that. So I guess another observation is that I see how badly I want to help others and how badly I want to save them from feeling or going through the same experience that I did. I don't want people to have to suffer as badly as I did, because I think it's unnecessary. But I have to understand that, everybody learns in their own way, in their own time. And so I have to respect that. So that's an observation that I came up with as well. So I hope this helps somebody out there. John Dominique, the sole proponent. www.prizebeats1.com. Peace.